Worms can only chew through so much. Caddy bin like this, they'll take a couple of weeks to chew through it. It's pretty cut and dried when it comes to the problems that you're going to have. It's either one or the other, too wet or too dry. If it's too dry, it's self-explanatory. You'll have a look in there and you'll find that the material will just fall through your fingers. In this case, that has a nice moisture content because I can squeeze it and it holds together. If it falls apart, too dry. If I squeeze it and water's running out, it's too wet. How do I overcome those two problems? If it's too dry, the key thing to remember is when you put your brown material on top of your green scraps, put half a watering can of water on there and mix it up. If it's too wet, the simplest solution is to get a shovel full of garden soil like this that's nice and dry. Mix that in. You can mix it in like so, or just get a fork, mix that sand in, or the soil in. You'll know straight away if it's too wet. If it's too wet and it's anaerobic, your eyeballs and your nasal hairs will tell you. Over here, we've got one that's too wet, and the reason it's too wet is because a large volume of broccoli stems were put in there, just dumped in, and because they weren't mixed with any brown material, they became a layer. They blocked the air, it became anaerobic, the maggots or the black soldier fly larvae set in, and that's why it stinks. But to fix it is really very easy. All I need to do is open it up, just break that layer of glug and get some soil in there, just some simple dry garden soil. That can go in there, and again, if you've got clay backyard, get yourself some shredded paper and put that in there. Here's another little trick. If you've got chickens, lift the cover off, allow them to spread it out. They'll eat all those little protein balls, and then you can just stack and layer the compost back in with a bit of soil, bit of paper, a bit more brown material, some leaves, dried twigs, and the compost will be humming again in no time. So don't be afraid. Composting matters. You can make a difference. Just like this, separating those food scraps and preventing them from going to landfill means that we're putting a value on them as a community and saying, yes, they have to cycle back into the soil, back into the plants and back to us. Go on, get composting, because for me, compost rocks.